In a world, 4 friends, 1 mission.
Mikey, what are you doing?
I'm doing the thing for the podcast.
It's not that hard, bud.
Dude, just say the name.
Fine. It's the Freedom Friends podcast.
This is when we could have a fucking Patreon wall.
No.
And none of our chicks are paying for it.
Well, mine would. Just to hear what the fuck I was saying.
All right,
I get graded.
5.
God damn it, I love you, Scott.
It's never been a good one.
Never a passing grade.
No.
Brought to you by warfightertobacco.com. Use that code FTFO. Screw yourself that sweet 15% off. Of course, so wellness.us for your CBD treats and needs. Use that code FreedomFriends25. That'll get you a quarter off your order. And Icy Tech Coolers, icytech.com for those who get it. Use that code FreedomFriends10. They'll get you 10% off. Otherwise, boys.
Then you can hit that fucking affiliate link and grill your ass off. You know, the motherfuckers that actually pay us when we actually sell their shit. So if you have meat that fucking sucks and it's fucking you know who the fuck you are, right? If it fucking tastes like you fucking boiled it, we have a solution. And that's grillyourfuckingassoff.com.
Fucking love it.
Except for I don't think the fucking's in there.
So much for that 2
Did I
minutes.
saturate? Is it properly saturated at this point? Yeah.
I think we're good.
Saturated like hotel curtains. Just fucking
Hotel
right.
curtains. Well, after you or I stay there, yeah.
I was like,
We've traveled together a couple times.
We've always had separate rooms. And just know you can see both of them from space.
But if you go to grillyourassoff.com/Freedom Friends Podcast,
Sir.
you get a little juice off and we get a little juice on the buy. And then, or you can hit the affiliate link if you're lazy and don't want to type like me. You get a little bit over there. All their stuff is awesome. You can sprinkle it on your meat. And then whether they want to or not, they'll still put it in their mouth.
You actually buy their meat, and you can put their meat in your mouth because their jerky is fucking legit.
I sell the dog shit out of it.
Yeah. Anyways, welcome to the Freedom Friends podcast, everybody. You might notice, hey, these guys are wearing the same fucking clothes they wore last week. That's right, because today is Memorial Day, and we're not fucking recording on Memorial Day.
Well,
so you just get an extra drunken
Memorial
podcast.
Day is a week from today.
And it was actually 2 days ago.
Well, this podcast
2 days
would have
ago.
been
Memorial Day would have been 2 days before this podcast.
This is the same
recorded a
day
week
as
before
the
that one.
last podcast.
But it's the next episode.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a week later, but the same day.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what I'm
Easy-
saying. Because
easy,
of Memorial
Dre.
Day, we're not recording on Memorial Day. We're recording now. Today. So you guys just get a more drunken version
Smoke
of us.
weed every day.
Yeah. If you remember the show from
Dude,
like
the one day I don't bring a pen. What the fuck, man?
if you remember the show from like 2019,
this is
it's
gonna be
pretty
2019-esque.
yeah.
Yeah. Probably.
But none of us do anything on Memorial Day. Like my business is shut down. My website won't process orders. I don't do anything on Memorial Day. I can't speak for Warfighter. Their
Yeah, we
website
don't
may
do
still be
anything.
working, but
No.
I don't do anything on Memorial Day.
Yeah.
It's that's not what that day is about.
It's a day of remembrance, and it's a day to,
Yeah,
fucking-
so let's get the Memorial Day shit out of the way. I say it every fucking year, and I'm going to stand by it. Memorial Day is not about you getting a fucking cheaper mattress. Like, Memorial Day sales and all that shit, it's capitalizing on the fact that some of our brothers and sisters didn't fucking come home.
Yeah.
And cool, you got a cheaper fucking mattress, but
we're not hating. We're not hating on that.
but could you at least like take a minute and go,
Just take a
the
minute.
reason you got a cheaper version was
someone bled
some
for
of
your
our
cheap
closest friends didn't come home.
There's not really
That's
such
like-
a thing as Happy Memorial Day.
no.
Yeah. When people's like, Happy Memorial Day, it's like,
So
about
we
that,
prefer to
man.
spend the day with those that are close to us, and we tell stories and we
Yep.
do all that kind of stuff. So it shuts down the podcast, the businesses. We give that day because it's the least we could do for what else was given. So
that's actually one thing
But
that
we think ahead.
we've never actually,
but we prior plan,
we've never really talked about that on the show is like the boys we've lost. Right.
and I'm not going to.
Yeah.
And I don't expect us to, but and I think to that point, there's a reason for that, right? It's because it's like losing a family member,
Yeah.
right? Like you just don't want to talk about it, right? And we've all been there. We've all done that. Like,
And don't get it wrong. It's not that we don't talk about it.
we just
We've
don't
talked
talk
about it offline.
we
We've
don't talk
told
about
those
it
stories
with
to
you.
each other. But that's not what this show's about. This show is about you listening to us four assholes
Cigars, freedom, and bullshit.
Yeah. Tell fucking stories. So, have you remembered your story yet from?
Nope.
Okay, cool.
I got a story though.
Squirrels.
Oh shit!
You get yourself a story?
I do. I have a story. I
Okay.
have my good deed.
Can
for
I
the
trade
year.
you cups?
No, but I'll give you ice.
Oh,
For the
my
year.
herpes isn't flaring up.
Yeah, it's my good Samaritan thing for the year.
Okay.
Oh fuck! This is about the sheriff.
Yeah.
I want to hear this.
Yep. So last weekend, I happened to be down in Gonzales, Texas.
2 weekends ago for you, those of you listening.
Last weekend still works.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
I happened to be down in Gonzales, Texas, and doing some stuff down there.
Come and take it.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah.
And
What the fuck, man? You're just gonna
sorry.
rude. Okay.
Less rude.
I guess we're done.
You know I'm on
Yankee.
twos, right? Like. Oh, they're the same. Fucking all right. Give it back.
So I'm
I say we just go take that when we're done. All right. Like that's gonna stop either one of us.
You want me to do that to you? Okay. Hold on.
Flavor it up, baby. Flavor it up.
Shaken.
Stirred.
Stirred, not shaken. Like a fucking old school Manhattan, baby.
It's cold. Fuck.
I like the way you swizzle.
You got a hell of a swizzle
I
stick.
couldn't reach the bottom, but I got the sides.
Damn right. Fucking hung like a Copenhagen lid.
Doorknob was my nickname in prison.
So I'm down in Gonzales, Texas. I'm getting ready to leave the fairgrounds, and I'm sitting at the intersection, getting ready to pull on the main drag that leaves going out of Gonzales. And
What were you doing down there?
I was dropping a camper off.
Okay.
Because I was out of town.
Yeah, and so I'm in Scott's F450. And
Please tell me you weren't wearing pants.
I wasn't. No.
Telling you right now, if I ever get the chance to drive that F450,
You know you're not
I'm
wearing
taking
pants.
the pants off.
It's air conditioned seats on. You're good.
John, I thought it was a turtle print.
No, that's when the cars hit. I was like, "Ooh!"
And this is why Scott will never let me drive his truck. Because I'm over here like, you need me to move that? Okay, hold on. And
But so I'm sitting at
Shitty out
the
of
intersection
these.
waiting for traffic to clear so I can pull out onto the road. And there's a truck and a horse trailer that were coming from the right side, about to turn into the road that I was on. And coming from the opposite direction was a sheriff's vehicle. And like I saw all of this play out, and just like I couldn't believe that it actually happened, how it happened. The cop decided to turn in front of this vehicle that was turning in, and because it was like a 4-way intersection, and he was just going to take a left. And I don't know why the fuck he decided it was a good idea to do this, because it's a 4-lane road.
So
And
the cop was taking a right.
And the cop, I guarantee you, the cop could not. No, the cop is taking a left across traffic.
Okay.
And there was a vehicle with a horse trailer about to, turn into where I was. So it blocked the cop's view of the entire road. The cop was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to go in front of this car or this truck and trailer and take this left. Well, coming in the slow lane
Must be a Texas fucking
was
driver license.
another pickup truck. It was a cop. It was a sheriff.
Yeah.
But it had a Texas license.
That's what I'm saying. Like he got his driver's license in Texas.
Oh, I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't ask him.
I don't give a fuck what his job is. They all drive. Everybody here drives like shit.
I've
all right?
only ever had a Texas driver's license. I've gotten a speeding ticket once in the 30 years I've been driving.
Jez, you might be the only fucking one I know that's smart enough to understand how a 4-way stop works, though.
It wasn't a
I
stop.
also understand that two physical objects can't occupy the same space at the same time.
That's also
This,
true.
this wasn't a
But-
4-way stop.
And if anybody out there that's like, oh, we're not good at 4-way stops, go to the Forum in San Antonio on any fucking day and tell me I'm fucking wrong that everybody understands 4-way
That's
stops.
how I know the
Fuck
Swedes
you.
are fucking with us, because they built that 3 roundabouts surround the IKEA.
Yeah.
It's 3 roundabouts in Texas. Texans don't know what the fuck to do with a roundabout. They're just like,
That's actually our fault.
I know that. I love it.
That's our fault.
New Braunfels, in downtown New Braunfels, they have a roundabout, and it's hilarious.
Oh my God.
To remind you of home.
I love it because I know how to drive in one. So I'm just like,
they were
fuck out
invented.
of the way.
They were invented in Massachusetts.
they're invented in DC.
In Britain.
No.
And they started in Britain. No, they were actually invented in DC. And the reason they came about is that all the roundabouts that are in DC, every single roundabout that is in DC used to be a cannon emplacement. And they're now roundabouts because what was there was a cannon and you had to go around the cannon. Well, those buggy ways now became roadways. And so every single roundabout in DC used to be a cannon to defend the Capitol.
Wait, boys. All right, go ahead, John.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
I didn't even get to the accident part.
We've been drinking.
So the sheriff decides to take a left.
He finally did his job.
Yeah, I know.
Did you see
Thank
that?
you. The sheriff decides to take a left in front of this vehicle pulling a horse trailer. He can't see behind it.
Right.
So as soon as he clears him, coming in the slow lane, the right lane of the 4-lane road, doing 65 to 70 because that's the speed limit. This guy, guarantee you, didn't even touch his brakes because he didn't even fucking see it, and completely just T-boned the side of this fucking sheriff vehicle, like straight up. It happened. I was just like,
this isn't a 4-way stop.
No, this is a fucking intersection on a
it's like a
FM
state
road.
highway or whatever. Yeah.
Okay.
And speed limit 70 on this road.
So
And
the cop failure to yield.
The cop, it was 100% the cop's fault.
Yeah.
So the cop pulled out, fucking this truck just smacks him. And I was just like, what the fuck? Like, yeah, it's crazy.
Not something you pull away from, though. You're going to sit there and watch.
Literally, all I did, I didn't even pull the truck over. I just put it in park, put the fucking hazards on. I jumped out. The door was still open. And I fucking went straight over to the cop car because, I mean, all the airbags of both vehicles went out, but there was no movement in either vehicle.
Yeah.
And I was just like, God damn it. Like, I waited a second to see.
Going like, dead body.
He's thinking free shotgun.
Service rifle. But so apparently people don't have a sense of humor after they get in an accident. And I'll get to
what a bunch of pussies.
I know, right? Like, what the fuck?
Fucking weak sauce, bro.
But so I run over to the sheriff's vehicle. I mean, like, it pulled across. He hit him, and it done another fucking 270 degrees, and was facing the right way in the right lane again.
Luckily, it didn't hit you, though.
No, it was going the other way. The guy was coming from my right, so he hit the cop, and they both went further away from where I was.
Oh, okay. So you were okay.
You're gonna have to draw a strip map because he's a criminal justice major.
You were the spatial awareness.
Yeah, you went to law school, right? So
I gotta ask every fucking parent question, man.
I know. So I run over to the cop car, and
are you aware that this is a truck?
like every good human being, male in society should do, carry a fucking pocket knife with you.
Yeah.
When those airbags go off, I don't know if you've ever been first on the scene with airbags. You can't get in that vehicle.
Were they still inflated?
Yeah.
You gotta pop.
They're supposed to deflate.
No, they stay open.
They're not supposed to.
Yeah, they are. Well, your side impact airbags.
The side.
All your side impacts. So like when you open that door, you have an airbag that comes down pretty much below the window line.
Because I've been in one accident where they deployed.
Your main airbag,
and that one, but then you get that stupid powder that's everywhere.
Right.
That burns.
But like,
That
so
shit sucks.
like the cop's vehicle, the steering wheel airbag didn't even go off because it was side impact.
Yeah.
And so just the side airbags and everything.
Both
makes
sides
sense.
go off.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
That makes sense.
They're working.
Because if you wouldn't eat the steering wheel if it comes from the side.
No.
Like that wouldn't happen.
But so I get in there and I'm trying to like get underneath the airbag and there's no fucking moving it, and trying to make sure this dude's okay. And I'm like, hey, you okay? And he's like, oh, and I'm like, well, is anything broken? Are you bleeding? Like, he's like, oh, my back hurts. I'm like, don't fucking move. So grab my pocket knife, cut the whole fucking airbag out of the car, and then I could get into it.
Was this the sheriff or the civilian? This is the
sheriff's vehicle, because I went over to the sheriff's vehicle at first because it was just closer. And by the time like I got the airbag cut and realized that like he's actually alive, I looked at the other vehicle and there's 3 other people that were already over there. So I'm like, okay, they're talking with that dude. So I'm the first thing I ask, and he's like, call 911. I'm like, it's already been called. I was like, where's your radio? And he's like, I don't know. And I'm like, okay. And so
He's
I look
in
in
shock, dude.
Oh, totally in shock.
Yeah.
And so I look in the center console, and like the radio, like the hand mic is like plugged in right there, and I can see the mic plugged in, and then it like goes somewhere in the back. And I was like, I'm gonna reach across. I think I know where the radio is. I'm gonna grab it. I'm like, please don't shoot me. And then like a half pause, and there was nothing, and I was just like, oh, that's weird. So I reached across, like, you know what I mean? I'm like, okay, joke number one, totally over his head.
I mean, you're white.
So I grabbed the radio, and then I'm like, I don't know how to fucking call in a police radio.
You push the button.
But there's like chatter going in there. I know how to push the button.
Officer down, officer down.
But like there's chatter on the radio and everything like that. So immediately
Have you
I go
not
back.
seen The Wire?
I go back to the military. So I got the radio. I'm like, break. And I'm like,
As you do.
officer involved accident, and gave him where we're at and everything. And then I let go, and the guy's like, give me that. I'm like, okay. And I hand it to him, and he does it how it's supposed to be. And he's like, send everybody. And
But it's Gonzales, so it's 3 people.
but the good thing is within like 4.5 minutes, there was like 5 cop cars, another sheriff,
It's a block and a half away.
a fire truck, 2 ambulances. Like, yeah, but it was good on them for the reaction time for everything. And that was officer involved. So they're sending fucking everyone.
But how much could you have accomplished in 4.5 minutes?
I know, right?
And how is that service-related rifle?
So the buttstock was actually sticking out between the driver's seat and the pillar.
Yeah.
And so like I saw,
I've seen the size of his truck. That fits in the center console. Like that.
but no, they were rack.
No, not his truck. The 450.
Oh, I know, right? So I get that. I call him in. He gets the radio. He calls it too. And then as soon as he puts it down, he's like, where's my cell phone? Because I guess the cell phone's a very important thing once you get after an accident. And it was like way over on the dash on the passenger side.
Please tell me he asked you to clear his browser history.
No. So I was like, I'm gonna have to crawl across you to get it. And he's like, okay. And I'm like, cool. So I put his center console. I reach over and I get it, and there's glass all over it. So I fucking wipe it off, and I hand it to him. And I was like, I'm gonna give you a once over, make sure everything's where it's supposed to be, and nothing's crooked, and you ain't leaking. And then I waited again, and nothing. And I'm like, what the fuck?
These are good jokes.
I know. I'm like, come on.
What
These
the
are
fuck,
on
man?
point.
Solid delivery.
These are good fucking delivered
Like,
jokes, dude.
bro. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, yeah, this guy dude's totally in shock.
Yeah. Or he's a douche. It's one of the two.
Yeah, and he was hurting. Like the center consoles are solid, and when he got hit from the side, I guarantee you it pushed his hips, and he was a larger gentleman, so his upper body just kind of stayed.
Whoa. It was a fat cop.
He wasn't. I could fit in between him and the steering wheel
Oh, so
to
he wasn't fat.
get across.
So he wasn't fat.
Angled.
So it was a thick cop.
He's a big dude.
He was healthy.
He's a big dude.
Yeah.
I'm shocked. This is my shocked face.
But yeah, so I mean, checked him out. He had a little scrape on, like right here on his palm, or on the side of his wrist, and that was it. So I told him, I'm like, everything's, the vehicle's in a safe place. All the traffic stopped. Like, your vehicle's not on fire. I'm like, if your back hurts, I'm like, do not fucking move. Just sit here. Everybody's on the way. They'll be here in a couple minutes. Like, what do you need? Anything? Like, I'm not moving you.
Yeah.
But you're not bleeding. Nothing's broken. No bones are sticking out. Like, you're talking with me. You're coherent. That's about all I'm fucking can do right now, man.
Right.
And he's like, and he's like fumbling around on his phone. I'm like, look, I'm gonna go check on the other people. I'll be right back. At this point, like, other people were there in the scene, so they're like talking to him and stuff. I'm like, cool, I'll be right back. So I go check on the other dude, and they pulled the other guy out of the vehicle. He's sitting on his tailgate, and he's got some cuts on his hands and stuff. And but other than that, like, he's in shock too.
Yeah.
And so I walk over and I'm like, hey, are you okay? Like, is anything like feel weird inside? You're not right. Like, you shouldn't have really got out and walked around after this, but like, whatever. And he's like, I think I'm good. I got some cuts right here. He goes, I just can't find my cell phone. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Again.
I know, right? So I go I walk over to the driver's side door, and there's other people that are there, and they're like, the car's smoking, and we're really worried. And I take like one smell, and I'm like, it's antifreeze. I'm like, it's sweet as fuck.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
that's steam.
yeah,
not smoke.
I'm like, everything's gonna be fine. I'm like, car's not gonna be on fire and everything like that. So I reach in, I turn the car off because the ignition's still on. And then I look down and like wedge underneath.
Fucking noobs, man. Like,
Wedge
Jesus.
underneath the gas pedal is a cell phone. So I don't know where it was, but if everything hit, it just fucking
That's probably
went.
between his legs. And just,
Yep.
whoop, yeah.
And so I was like, oh, got your cell phone. I was like, I guess you really need this right now. Here you go. And then everything else showed up on scene, and they're like, just hang around and we're gonna get a statement from you and blah 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 and all that.
Well, the statement is the cop fucked up.
Well, but the good thing about it is I talked to the cop, and I'm like, look, man, and I'm like, before I tell you anything on how this happened, I was like, I am unbiased because I'm just telling you exactly what happened. I was like, but it was not that guy's fault. And I pointed to the vehicle that hit him, and then he's like, well, tell me what happened. So I explained everything on how it all went down. He's like, well, that's exactly what the officer said. And I'm like, well, I'm very happy that that's what he said.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, because I really didn't want to get fucking
In the
subpoenaed
middle
or anything.
of it, yeah.
Like,
Right.
because there were plenty of witnesses,
Sure.
and but yeah, so they fucking put them both in the ambulance, took them all, towed the vehicles, all that fun shit. And, but yeah, that was my
Look
Good
at you.
Samaritan deal.
Good job, buddy.
Right?
Yeah.
But yeah.
So
I
don't
just,
actually hate cops here.
I don't appreciate that my humor wasn't appreciated.
That's what I would be most mad about.
I'm genuinely upset about that.
Because you had some zingers
I
in there,
fucking
dude.
did.
Like,
I
they
was
were
like, bro,
good.
like, I paused for effect and everything and nothing. I'm just like, fuck. God damn it.
I hope later the cop was like, oh, that was funny.
He probably didn't remember.
No, probably not. Shock's a fucking weird thing, man. Like, if you've ever been in real shock, like, that shit's fucking...
Shock does weird things to me.
Dude, it makes you weird.
Yeah.
I
Well,
will
I
say-
go into just straight rage.
I will say
It's
though
like
that
it's,
when
when,
people
I just
do-
get angry.
when, when
Like
he-
shock just sends me into
I'm right there. I'm
well,
borderline
because
on that.
your
Yeah.
fight or flight
You're
kicks in.
borderline that when you're not in shock.
Well,
It's
that's true.
fair.
That's true. Yeah.
But
I'm kind of weird.
shock causes your fight or flight to kick in,
Right.
and mine 100% just goes into the fight complex of like,
Yeah.
If anything happened to me that was supposed to cause shock, that means I'm supposed to fight back.
Right.
And,
Yeah.
and so like,
I've been like fucking IED'd and I'm fucking out trying to do security to the sky and shit because I'm fucking not there, man. Like, and they're like, hey, Mikey, maybe just take a knee, buddy. And it's like, huh?
Face out.
Oh,
not
right,
up.
right. My bad, dude. My bad. And I'm like pointing at my buddies. And they're like, wrong way. Go that way. Right. Sorry. Like that's a wall. You're looking at a wall.
I had to give it
All right.
the cop for when he did call it in. It was calm, cool, collective. The tone of voice,
He had it.
what he was saying, how the pronunciation of everything. Like it was not what I expected when I handed him the mic.
Yeah.
Muscle memory.
well,
Yeah.
and that
Yeah.
goes back to for any of those that are wondering why our training is just so much of the, whether it's LEO or military or whatever, it's just so
Same,
much of the
over.
over and over and over and over and over. That's why.
It
So
builds
shit like
that
that
muscle
happens,
memory.
and then they can push the button and they can just report what's going on.
Yeah.
Even with the shot going on, that monkey brain essentially kicks in and lets you just
Yep.
say what needs to be said. So
And it is kind of amazing to behold when you see it happen. It's like, huh.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, obviously, it takes a little while for you to fucking
you really
put
want
that
to see
together,
it?
but
See it in a wounded medic.
yeah.
Anybody from the medic field that gets wounded, and then they can just start like if you're there
Yeah.
to like administer aid,
Yeah.
and they start like just giving you the breakdown on everything that needs to be done, and it's
Yep.
like holy shit,
Yep.
like that's
Dude, I saw it in a bar a while back. A kid got cut or fucked up, or he got sucker punched. That's what it was. He got sucker punched, and the bartender, former Army combat medic, she was like fucking. I heard her talking to the fucking ambulance and was just like bam, 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 bam. I was like, man, some shit you just don't turn off, I
Right.
guess, man. Like, it was like she had it. Like she
Yeah.
knew exactly what to do. Like, matter of fact, we're all drinking the booze that she gave me
Nice.
because it was her. And fucking, yeah, it was impressive. I was like, fucking A, man. Like,
Yeah. I went through my steps to evaluate a casualty. Rub big breast softly for better head. Responsiveness, breathing, bleeding. Rub big breasts softly. Shock. Fractures.
head
Injuries.
Look at you
I know.
learning.
It's the only one I remember because rub big breast softly for better head.
This works in two different ways. This one works more than once, more than one way. Well, fucking A, man.
Yeah.
Nicely
So that's my
done.
story.
Nicely done. Look at
It was
you,
fun.
fucking handling
thanks.
biz.
See, I always carry a pocket knife.
Yeah,
I mean, it would have worked.
yeah. That's cool, man.
Freeman has my fucking pocket knife.
That's,
Yeah.
that's your daily carry now.
That's what I get for fucking giving a guy that lives on the other side of the fucking city my fucking knife.
Yeah.
He sharpens the fuck out of a knife though.
Yeah. Yeah, but he's like, I live by SeaWorld. It's like, all right, I'll see you fucking never.
You
'cause
might
I'm
as well
not
live in
going over
fucking
there.
Austin.
Yeah, that's
Like, I don't-
that's Narnia, dude. Yeah,
Yeah, I
like
don't-
nobody's going over
I'm not
there.
going over there.
Yeah.
I live by SeaWorld.
Huh.
I'm
Well,
never coming over.
Well, fucking Barker lives over there, and I'm like, he's like, come by my house. I'm like, no, I'm all good. No, no.
It's like I love
How about we
I
FaceTime?
love having a drink and smoking with Freeman. I do.
Sure,
I love sitting and having a good time with him.
absolutely.
Absolutely love it. you might as well live in fucking Louisiana.
Yes.
I'm not going over there.
Louisiana might be closer.
The second you say SeaWorld to a person in San
I
Antonio,
live by SeaWorld. I'm not fucking coming.
don't give a fuck. And I don't care if I'm fucking this side of 281 or the other side.
Yeah, I don't give a shit. And he's a great dude.
Great
I
dude.
love him to death. I've
Best
known
dude
him for
ever.
fucking years.
Yep.
He is one of the most genuine motherfuckers I've ever known.
Yep.
And he's got his boys back.
Yeah.
I'm moving this week. As of this show, I moved last weekend. Anyways.
Yeah, you've already moved. Congrats.
How'd you move?
Fucking A. It sucked because
like
it was
a
a
new
move.
place?
Yeah, it was fucking awful.
It was a move, so it was obviously terrible.
Yeah, it was awful. I love him to death. He's literally just had hernia surgery, and this guy's like, let me know what day you're moving, man. I'm there to fucking help you. Like, he's got your back.
Yeah.
But
And
you
he's-
live in the middle of fucking nowhere. I'm
he's-
not going out there.
He's a thoughtful dude.
He really is.
Like for all of our birthdays and
He
shit.
remembers
Oh, yeah.
every
Like
birthday.
he buys us
There's
like
holiday gifts.
he buys us like fucking meat to cook and fucking like
Right.
barbecue shit and stuff like
Dude,
all the
Christmas
time.
when we all got like, here's a 72 ounce fucking ribeye and a bottle of booze
Yeah.
and fucking Sasquatch soap and like
Yeah.
amazingly
One of the
thoughtful
one
guy.
of the most thoughtful dudes I've ever
Amazing
met.
human.
He's good. He's good at flowers.
But you live
Yeah.
He's amazing
He's good
at giving out
flowers.
flowers.
But
Dick-
you
dick
live in
mugs.
Narnia and I
But
will
he
never come
lives
visit
in
you.
fucking nowhere. And I'm like, dude, I came out to your house once. That's all you're fucking getting. I'm never
Dude.
coming out there.
You can't forget the dick mugs.
Oh yeah.
The dick
Yeah.
mugs, yeah.
The dick
Yeah.
mugs.
yeah,
like,
dude, I drink out of it all the time.
yep.
It's great. It's a great mug.
Quality human.
That wasn't a mug. It was just a dick.
Oh, that was just penis.
It's not my fault you moved out into the middle of fucking I'm not going.
Yeah.
Like that's
yeah. Dude, even when my kids
You-
are like, let's go
you
to
live in
SeaWorld, I'm
fucking-
like, nah.
you live
Close today.
in you live in New Braunfels.
Yeah.
I've been to your house 10 times as many times as I've been to fucking Freeman's
Yeah.
house.
Yeah, I'll go to your place. Well, it's much easier for me, but still,
Right.
yeah. New Braunfels is a different town.
I say that it's a different town. It's 20 minutes from my house.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
it's not hard to get
Yeah.
to where the fuck he lives.
yeah,
Scott just doesn't invite people over, so he's just.
he's antisocial.
Scott just shows up everywhere else.
Yeah.
But he'll
doesn't
go.
invite- he
That's
doesn't
the thing
invite
with
anybody
Scott.
over
is
'cause he's
Scott's
never
like,
there.
Scott's like, I don't want you in my house, but
like-
I'll come to you. Like I'll fucking.
Scott's thing is that's where my kids live.
Yeah. I don't want you in my kids' house. My house, I would love for you to come over. Sure.
You know what? I can fucking agree with that. Right? Yeah, because like it's not my house. It's my house that's been fucking ruined by children.
I have a porch that's mine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can
we
confirm that with Mikey. First time I ever went to Mikey's house.
I have a bar.
I've been friends with Mikey for years, and we hit it off pretty fucking quickly.
Well, second time, yeah. First time I was a douche. It's true. I was.
But
a
I
dick.
sent you that meme about it too. That
It
it
was
was
funny.
like, yeah,
And I was like,
and it was the
"Okay."
most fitting
I was
thing I've
like,
ever fucking
That's
seen.
real.
It was like, how do you know your best friends? You thought they were a fucking asshole the first time you met them.
That's
Like,
true.
that
That is true.
was facts. So first
And
time I
a lot
ever,
of guys that I met that were really good dudes ended up being complete fucking assholes.
I think
You know
I think
who
a
you
lot of
are.
that is a mutual fucking list that we could
Yeah.
start running down right now. First time I ever got the invite to Mikey's house. I go, and it's a beautiful neighborhood.
Great.
Like you go and you're like, this is a beautiful neighborhood.
the mayor
Pull up to
lives
his
in
house.
my neighborhood.
It's
like it's a nice neighborhood.
it's a beautiful house. And I was like, God damn. Not gonna lie, I've known Mikey for a while now. This is not what I was fucking expecting. Just being honest, buddy.
What the fuck, man?
You ever seen that Cribs episode of The Puck from
You
the
know what?
real world?
You're not
That's
the first.
kind of what I was expecting.
You're not the first person
Yep.
to tell me that. I had a buddy of mine contracted, came and visited me. He's like, "What do you sell meth?"
It was a little off. I was like, fuck, I'm
It's a nice
impressed.
house. It's a nice house.
Yeah, it's a nice house.
Yeah.
So I go,
Johnson's nicer. Shit.
he opens the door and like immediately shuffles me into the front room that's been turned into a bar
I saw meth.
and seats me at the bar and pours me a drink. And he was like, be right back. But anything you need, it's behind the bar. Don't worry about it. And I was like,
I'm like, just stay in this room.
what the fuck is going on? Like most people are like, let me show you around. Let me show you my house
Yeah.
or whatever.
Most
Like you
single
did my
people.
first trip to your house.
Yeah.
You were like, here's
Yeah,
this.
give me the guarantor.
Let me look. Not Mikey.
Nope.
Mikey was like, here's the bar. Sit down.
Sit down. That's
Hey.
all you need.
This is Jameson fucking signature. You can't get this in this country. Like fucking just sit down. Just shut the fuck up.
I got
I sit down. And fucking have
This is a true story.
And I'm like, okay, cool. Now I have met his wife. I've met his kids. Like I've met everybody that lives in the house. I've just never been to the house.
Right.
I hang out for like 2 or 3 hours.
Hey, you ate dinner in the.
Well,
with
it's
the rest of us.
like
No, I didn't. You brought it to me at the fucking bar.
no, we didn't eat at the bar, did we?
Yes, we did.
it's like normal people would show you.
100%.
Hey, this is my kid's coloring book.
Nope.
This is my kid's coloring wall
Yeah, right.
and room.
Yeah.
And like,
Let me tell you what I got shown the first time I went to Mikey's house. I got the bar.
Right. Okay.
I got the kitchen.
You got kitchen.
And then I got pointed to, that's the jerk off closet.
Which, to be fair, is right off the kitchen.
That's what I got.
So I'm in the
You
bar.
asked where it was, though. And I was like, it's right there.
Now, Mikey and I were going somewhere. That's the whole reason I was there, is that I was picking him up because we were leaving to go do
Yeah,
something.
we were gonna have a pre-flight drink and then going.
And so I have the drink and he's like, all right, let's fucking go. Haley comes out and goes, good to see you. I give her a hug, kiss her on the cheek, whatever. We fucking leave. We get in the car and we leave. Second time I come by, then it's, hey, here's the rest of the fucking house. By the way, if you go to use the bathroom, make sure you knock because my kid's giant dick may be on display when you open the fucking door. Because he'll go in there sometimes just to inspect it. He doesn't necessarily isn't using the bathroom. He's just making sure it's there.
yeah,
And at that point, I was like, so you've produced something that's more of a man than anybody I fucking know. Because if you have a fucking unit, if you have a unit that's so healthy that you just need to go check on it, if you're PMCSing your shit,
yeah, it's a problem.
it's
a problem in the house.
Yeah. So
Kid's gonna be a problem someday. It's coming. He's 12. Fuck. Fuck.
Now I've seen John's entire house. Scott, I've seen the entryway, the kitchen, and the living room because it's like that great room kind of thing.
I haven't even seen the upstairs.
I actually, when I first started working for Warfighter, Scott invited me over for like a pool party and everything. We like fucking hung out, drank, and chilled in the pool. His kids actually gave me the tour. They were the ones that were like, we got a sweet racing simulator upstairs.
That's because you guys are the same age.
Probably, yeah.
You are closer in age with my kids.
Yeah.
But I think Scott's house tour was like, here's the living room, here's the kitchen. Anyways, I make these sweet ice balls and I've got some Jameson 18. Let's go outside and smoke.
I've not been to your house.
And the problem is that Scott led
This
it
house.
with
I've been to your last house.
Yeah.
Not
Scott
this house.
led with, here's the Jameson 18 and I've got every cigar you want. Why don't we go outside and smoke? I didn't give a fuck about the house at that point.
Yeah,
it was just like,
see the rest.
okay.
I don't give a shit about the
And
rest
then we
of the
went
house.
outside and he's got these sweet ass outdoor couches.
Yeah.
And I don't mean like that shitty fucking, like I have outdoor furniture. No. I think if I had to stay the night at Scott's house and he was like, you have to sleep on the fucking patio furniture, I'd be like, yeah, cool. Like we're good. There's like a TV out there
you got a
and
nice
the
patio.
furniture's all nice as
Oh,
shit.
yeah, I live outside. I don't hang out in my house. I hang out in my porch.
My whole
No.
trip to your house was literally Jameson 18, awesome cigars, and
So
we
you don't-
sat in the pool.
You don't smoke in the house.
No.
So you
But
smoke on the porch.
Yeah,
But his
which is
pool-
essentially
His pool has
it's-
goddamn chairs.
Yeah.
It's got seats in the pool. I sat in the pool,
Fucking
and then the
A.
dog comes over and just lays next to you. You can fucking pet the bulldog and smoke your cigar and drink a whiskey and sit in the pool. I was like, I don't give a fuck what
Why
the
would
rest of
you
your
leave
house
the
does.
house?
I don't give a shit at this point.
Yeah.
And I love hanging out at John's place till Lavely puked all over the place, and now I don't want to go.
Oh no! So Lavely puked in the ashtray bucket.
I don't give a fuck, man. He was in the pool when he puked. I'm not
No,
going.
he's in the
over.
hot tub, but he puked in a bucket over the side of it. And I have it on video. It was like 7:30 at night.
Oh, you have a video of this?
Yeah, but
Why have we not all seen the video?
I showed you
I
guys.
have. You don't want to see it.
But the best part is, so I
Yes, I
take
do.
all my
No, you don't.
ashtrays, that I have, when they get, shit in them, I put them in a bucket just in case there's a hot ember. I don't want to put them in my trash can.
Sure.
And then I let them sit for, I don't know, a week or two, sometimes a month if I forget, and then I'll go dump it.
It's
Right.
like a little steel trash can.
Yeah, it's like this big with the metal lid.
It is literally a puke bucket.
It was, but it was about half full with fucking cigar butts and ash. And like you open that lid, if you don't have to puke, you're gonna puke. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's just sitting in my backyard in Texas heat. It's
At any
fucking
rate-
cool. But yeah, so
I now have my own house, and everybody's obviously invited for when we get the house open. John, I hope you break in my backyard by puking somewhere.
why me?
You seem like the most likely target.
Yeah, okay. I mean,
Really?
I'll do my best.
I'd say he puked before anybody.
I don't think so.
I don't know if I've ever puked from the night of drinking.
Yeah, it's the next morning for me.
And it's rare.
I think it all depends, unless you drink with Marines.
Oh, well, to be fair, that was the next morning.
There's been a couple times. There's been a couple times where like I made myself puke that night because I know how bad I'm
You
gonna
just
feel
feel
the next
better
day.
Oh no, I pulled
yeah.
the trigger.
You know,
Sure,
and I'm
sure.
like, I'm not doing it because I drank too much or I feel
Isn't-
sick.
isn't
I'm
it
doing
weird,
this because I
like,
know I'm gonna feel better
Isn't
tomorrow.
it weird that you have to tell people, be like, I'm doing this, I'm doing this. Like, this is on me. I'm not
I've done
puking
it-
because I'm fucked up.
I've done it when people are like,
I'm
let's do
puking
whiskey
'cause I
shots.
need
And I'm
to.
like, look, I'll go drink for you. And if that's the drink you fucking want, you just need to know that right after I do this shot, I'm going to make myself puke. And then I will continue to drink you under the table.
Yeah.
But
Well, like car bombs. It's a lot of liquid. If you drink 2 or 3 car bombs, you're fine.
6 or 7.
But if you drink 6 or 7, there's a fucking limit to the fucking. You become a blibbit.
yeah.
You become a blibbit. You become a blibbit. It's like that blibbit's got to get purged, right? So you got to pull the trigger sometimes, just because you're fucking full. You're gonna be able to. You're not gonna enjoy the rest of the night. You're gonna be fucking full, and you can't drink anymore. And it's like, fuck it.
I don't have a
Pull
pool
the trigger.
though. So that's why nobody hangs out at our houses.
Oh, we don't have pools.
We don't have pools.
I mean, it is Texas.
Yeah.
We have like, we're like pores.
So I want to hang out in a soup.
Yeah. I want to sit in a person's soup.
For those that don't live here, if you don't understand, so you have an outdoor pool. Cool. You spent $30,000 for no added property value. I'm really happy
I
for you.
wish you could spend $30,000 for a pool.
They're
Yeah.
so fucking expensive because if you dig down 18 inches, you hit limestone.
Yep.
And now you have to like grind it out or blow it out. Like,
It's also why we have great drinking water here.
yeah,
Though.
it's so
because
fucking
it
expensive to put a
gets
pool in.
filtered through
And
limestone.
they're awesome when you have them.
Yeah.
They're great. But I don't have one. But the
Yeah.
fact of the matter is, when it's 114 outside and your pool's only 97, I don't want to make soup. I'm good.
No, I still like pools. I prefer pools over the river.
But see, that's why I like friends with pools.
Yes.
Because they can maintain it, and then I can just go sit in their pool.
Well, that's
See,
why I like the whole idea of us all living around in the compound and having a
Yeah.
community pool.
Yeah.
Fucking, have you not seen that fucking prepper show? You can't fucking tell people what's going on.
It's true.
Like, I watched that prepper shit,
We're
and
not
the guy was
telling
like,
them shit.
we have 30 acres. This is where it's at. We
Oh,
got
we're not
this, that,
telling
and the
them-
other. And
no,
I'm like,
we're-
so if
we'll never
shit
tell
pops
anybody
off, I
shit.
just have to kill you, and then I've got all your shit. Like,
Oh yeah, no, I take notes during that show.
don't fucking tell these fucking Yankee
They
sons of bitches where
they
they can
don't
go
know.
for the fucking safety.
They don't know where, man. I'm just saying, like.
By the
if-
way, I view Yankee as anybody Austin and North. Like, you're fucking,
if you're above Austin, Texas, that's it.
you're a fucking Yankee.
Dude, it was funny. I got into it with a friend of mine about the Yankee thing because someone who was from New Mexico called my wife from Maryland a Yankee. And I was like, I started laughing. And she's like, what's funny? And I was like, what's funny is you failed fucking geography. All right. Because the
Well, you
Mason
didn't
Dixon
exist.
line.
Well, you also didn't exist. So
True. Yeah. New Mexico did not exist. But also the Mason Dixon line,
Maryland-
Maryland's called the line state for a reason.
that's also why Pennsylvania's the keystone, and
Yeah.
that's why
I've-
West Virginia is shaped the way it is.
I've
like,
only been called a Yankee by a British person,
well, that's because all of us are Yanks.
Yeah.
But
which is fair.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, Virginia, you're gone. You're gone. You're northern. You're a northern state.
Nowadays, yeah.
Same thing with Maryland.
I don't know. Have you met people from Southern Maryland?
Yeah.
Like Appalachians? That's Appalachia, dog.
No,
Like
it's
they
not.
are
You're talking about
fucking-
West Virginia at that point.
Well, Western Maryland too, dude. And Western Maryland is north of Southern Maryland, and they're worse.
now, if
West-
you touch DC, you're no longer southern.
West Virginia touches. No, it doesn't. It's got that weird thing.
Yep.
Right. No, it doesn't.
If you touch DC, you're no longer
well,
southern.
that's what I'm saying. Like Western Maryland touches West Virginia and doesn't touch DC.
Look, the amount of people that work in DC and live in Maryland,
No, most
you
of
don't
them.
no.
Most of
there's
them are
no
from
argument.
Haley's neighborhood.
You don't get to argue.
Like Haley's
So
from.
now you're defending Baltimore, but you're from Boston. Like, is that
no.
Where are we at here,
No,
buddy?
I'm defending the term Yankee because
You're-
the term Yankee
You're
coming from.
Yankee on every definition.
Well, yeah, I am. Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
100%.
Absolutely no argument.
Yeah,
All right.
so-
my wife, no.
That's only because your wife's hard like woodpecker lips.
But she's fucking
So she
south
gets the
of the
pass.
she's south of the line, man. Now I didn't draw the fucking arbitrary fucking line to make people racist
And that line
not.
was
I don't
fine
know.
during
Fucking-
and during the war. You're fine.
It's not a video. It's just a picture.
nice side boob.
He does have tits. He's 100% has tits.
But so that picture was 7:56 p.m.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
By
early.
the way, right before this was him telling all of us that he could outdrink everybody on the show.
Yeah, of
and
course he
da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
So, but the fact of the matter is, if you're, I remember. Oh fuck, I remember that photo.
That was when we went hunting. Jazz had a fucking.
Jazz was dying.
He was dying.
Yeah.
Yep.
But if you want to draw the line at the war, sure. You want to draw the line as far as culture is concerned now? You've got about halfway through North Carolina and you're done.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Past that's not
I was
Southern.
gonna say half of North Carolina's then not in it then too.
North
yeah.
Carolina, Virginia, Maryland, everything north of that, you're Yankee.
I mean, there were still plantations in fucking Virginia.
what you
though.
were arguing is whether or not Maryland has white trash.
Oh no.
Yes.
No, I'm not arguing that at
Maryland
all.
has white trash.
No, I'm not arguing that even kinda.
Yeah. Yes. Are they Southern? No.
Yeah, they're that weird mid-Atlantic.
They're Yankees.
All right, enough of geography. Oh, what's in
But
current
the
events?
Nebraska boy over there,
We're dipping into
Southern.
social studies too.
I'm gonna give the Nebraska boy a pass. You get the South. But like you're
Only Nebraska.
Nebraska's Southern.
Yeah. Nebraska gets like a fucking
Oklahoma is like
Teleportation.
Quebec. Like it exists, but nobody wants to claim the
nobody
shit.
cares.
Yeah.
It's actually the part of Texas that everybody needs to move to. Just go to
You want an
Oklahoma.
example of how I know he's Southern? How old are you before you could drive a stick shift?
I bought my first one at
No. Not when you
16.
bought it. When could you drive it?
The first one I ever drove was the one I bought, and I drove it home. At 16.
Right.
Yeah, but you probably drove tractors before that.
That's not a stick shift.
Ish.
What was the
It's a
first
clutch.
stick shift you ever drove?
Okay.
Oh, I guess I drove a.
What was
a
the
feed
first?
truck.
What was the first manual transmission you ever drove? Something that you couldn't just put in drive and it did
It
everything
was probably
for
like
you.
early 50s feed truck.
And
or
how
dirt
old were
bike?
No, I'm going tractor.
But tractors aren't. They
But you
are.
have to use a clutch.
Yeah,
that's the only thing I'm
but
talking about.
You don't shift with them.
No,
You-
because they have one fucking
Yeah, you
gear.
put them in
That
gear
doesn't matter.
and then you let go of the clutch.
But you have to
It's-
know
Well,
to
you
get
can
it
shift
in the
with
clutch. How old were you when you could make something with a clutch go forward?
4.
yeah, I don't know. Probably. Yeah.
That's why I'm giving him. You're fucking Southern.
That's pretty
like,
southern.
You get
yeah.
the pass.
That's pretty southern.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty southern.
that's why you get the pass, and then you look at it's like you look at like Baltimore, and it's like, hey, you fucking cars in my fucking way, and it's like,
Nope,
look,
that's not their
motherfucker.
accent. Not at all.
I assume anything about Raleigh, you all sound that way. And
Nope.
like that's fucking.
Dude, all of the accents in America are above Raleigh, and none of them sound like that. you took Lowell, Massachusetts, and made it for an entire fucking half the country. Like,
I don't think I'm wrong.
That was pretty good Lowell though.
That wasn't bad.
That was pretty good
Yeah.
Lowell, Mass. That wasn't like if you were at UMass Lowell, fucking A, you sound like a townie right there. That wasn't bad.
And they're all awful.
Although they are awful. They are awful there.
Like
you ever seen the movie The Fighter?
how
That's
far?
Lowell.
How far from that? How far from that do you need to get before people aren't awful?
I made it to San Antonio.
It's like you're talking to two of them that left, man.
I went to Arizona first.
How far from? Yeah, it's a while.
You're right. And you
It's a
ain't going
ways.
north.
But generally,
Well,
speaking,
going north, like upper New Hampshire, people are great.
yeah.
No, they're not.
Sure, they are.
I've met them.
You're
They're
in southern New
awful.
Hampshire.
No, New Hampshire's great. So, and people in Maine are the salt of the earth, man. They're like the sweetest people ever.
They're just missing teeth
Yep.
Sometimes.
all the time.
Maine is like
That's-
Siberia,
That's
though.
basically Canada.
You
yeah.
show me one person from Maine that has all their teeth.
Oh, I
Stephen
know plenty
King.
of them. Stephen King's one. Yeah.
That has all their teeth.
Stephen
Have you
King's
talked to
got
him? You asked
No,
him?
that might be a partial. You're right. That may be.
I've never.
There may be some
I grew
replacement
up
shit in
and
there.
I lived in Massachusetts, and I know a lot of people from Maine. I don't know a single person that has all of their teeth still. Not a single
My buddy
one.
Sam Shaw, he's got all his teeth. He's from Maine.
Have you asked him?
Yeah, I've worked with him. He was Gunny Shaw while I was staff sergeant.
You sure there's not one in the back or one that got replaced? Ask him. Seriously. I'm dead fucking serious. It's a thing.
I kind of want to send him a text
It's
now.
legitimately a
Like,
thing.
Hey man, weird question.
It was funny.
Northerners
I was
suck.
your teeth or
Northerners
I was
fucking
saying
suck.
this.
And the weirdest thing is that Northerners suck and they all move south and then they want to talk to you about how great the North is, but they all fucking live here. Do you want an example? Because you're looking at me like I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
well, you lived in Pittsburgh,
No,
so you do
no,
know.
no.
You do know what you're talking
He
about.
sat at our table. He sat at our table on Friday. And he will tell you all about how fucking great the North is. But
Jack.
fucking,
Yeah.
he lives here for some fucking reason. If Minnesota is so fucking great,
Yeah.
why aren't you still fucking there? Oh, wait. Because it fucking blows dicks.
So-
box loads of fucking dicks. So you moved the fuck out.
Last weekend, I was getting lunch.
Yeah.
I was at Thai Spice in the Forums because they have fucking
Great spot.
great food.
Yeah.
And I overheard a table next to us, and this dude was talking about buying land. And he's like, yeah, it's like 180 acres, and they're asking 156,000 for it.
Buy it right now.
So
Right now.
immediately I was like, oh, really? And so now I'm paying attention to this conversation. And they're going back and forth and blah, blah, blah. And the guy's like, yeah, but it's in fucking middle of nowhere, Minnesota. And I was like, checked out.
Yeah. Never mind.
Yep. You didn't lead with that.
I'm all about buying land, not up there. Yeah.
But like Jack Mandeville, friend of the show, friend of all of us.
Sure.
Great fucking dude.
From Minnesota.
Wants to tell you how fucking great the fucking North is. Why the fuck don't you live there?
It's cold.
Go back.
Cold.
Go back.
It's cold.
Go back.
Well, Jack's just like
If
us.
it's that fucking great, go the fuck back.
Well, Jack-
Oh no, you don't. You live in some hipster
Jack's just
fucking
like-
neighborhood in the
he's just-
South.
He's just like John and I, though, man. It's like we moved here for a number of reasons, but one of those reasons is
The North sucks.
we don't have to see snow again
I don't
unless
have to
it's on
shovel.
our fucking terms.
I've never shoveled heat.
I've never shoveled heat. Nope.
There are days in South Texas where the air is heavy enough that you could probably shovel it.
That's
Because
'cause
it's so
you're weak.
goddamn humid.
That's because you're weak.
That's because they
The
built
rest
a-
of us walk out and go,
they built
damn,
they built
what
a river
beautiful
through the middle
fucking
of the
day.
fucking town, man.
Yeah, it's like
I don't understand why it's so humid here. You
know,
built a
everybody-
river in the middle of it.
everybody's
First off, the river was here.
Well, the spring was here.
We just decided to build some shit around it.
everybody says that people in Texas have balls, right? And it's just because it's hot. That's the only reason. Because when it's cold, they shrink up. When it's hot, they just fucking
They fall. Yeah, they fall. They fall hard. They fall hard. They fall fast.
Fucking, the North is so great. Go back.
Yeah.
Go back. Stop
But no,
polluting my
going
state.
back to the main thing. So
Well, dude,
I got a buddy of mine. His wife's
Tell that
from
to
Maine.
people in California. They're the ones that.
And they're all fucking
They're
coming
the-
here.
they're the
and you can
worst.
fuck off too. Well, in California, go back. Well, I can't. Exactly. It's better here.
Oh, you can't afford
Stop
it? Imagine
fucking
that.
around.
Yeah.
Stop fucking around. Vote the right way. Behave the right way. I'll take you to Paris Hatters. Get a hat. I'll take you up to Cavender's. You told the fucking story.
I did.
The funny thing is, at the story at the charity event, and I'm going to thank you again for. Well, I'm going to thank Warfighter for buying a table so I got a free seat to this fucking thing because I'm one of those poor veterans that Hero Sports likes to help. Because
So
please,
which
sir,
pocket you want to
may
cash?
have some
It's
more-
that one right there.
he's on the up.
He's just happy to see
He's
me.
on the up. You don't have to do that.
I'm not.
Oh, I know. I could see it.
He's been thinking about picking your pocket this whole
That's not how
time.
your dick shaped.
I'm one of those poor veterans that Hero Sports helps, but I don't get invites to the Hero Sports events because they don't like me.
Well, you get
But-
invites. You just have to buy a
Bullshit.
table.
I've gotten one. And it happened to be on like my anniversary weekend and I couldn't fucking go.
You've also said you don't want to go.
That's because I'm not going to pay to fucking frame whatever the fuck I kill. I told you I would go as long as I only get the meat. I don't give a fuck about the trophy.
You gotta pay for the meat too, man.
I'll pay for the meat. That's fine.
Oh, okay.
The golf thing I'm in 100% of the time.
We took you out on a piece of property.
And it
Hero
almost killed
Sports.
me. It was awful.
True.
I felt so fucking bad. And I was like, we're not going to shoot anything because of me. Like, this is the whole fucking reason we're not getting
I was
anything.
just laughing the whole time.
It was awful.
There's nothing you can do.
But it was
I
a
mean-
beautiful dinner and I had a great fucking time. But you told a story about you coming to Texas and you'd never owned boots.
That's true.
And so a group went with you to buy your first boots.
All of you guys.
And the
And the
entire
funny part
group-
is that They didn't buy anything. They just came with me to watch me buy boots.
The entire group that was
Totally
with him
worth
to buy the boots was sitting at one fucking table.
That's true.
All of us were on one table. And it was like,
He's telling
that's
the story.
us.
We're all like, yeah.
I was like, yeah.
True story.
Like they all went with me. That's a true fucking story. Like the whole joke was,
But how good are those boots?
you know, whatever. I was wearing them that night. Like, they're fucking great. Fucking, that's true. That's my first pair of boots. It was funny too because it was literally like a fucking reality TV show where it was like Mikey's first boots. Like, everybody.
I went because I knew it was going to be a good experience.
Yeah, but it was you. It was Dave. Did you go, Justin? You
Yep.
were you were with us. Fucking Scott was there. Fucking Jazz.
I
I
don't
don't think Scott went.
I don't remember this.
No.
Did you not go?
No.
Maybe not. You
Caitlin
might
was
not.
also there.
It was Jazz.
Caitlin went. Jazz went.
It was me, John, Dave, Jazz, Caitlin, and
Yeah.
then you were in
Yeah.
the spotlight.
Yeah. Yeah. And you guys just went with me to buy fucking my first pair of boots. And I was like, oh, it's a thing. It's an experience.
I got a couple pair of jeans.
Wow.
Well,
Yeah.
I bought a pair. Matter of fact, I was wearing the jeans I bought that day too.
But it is a thing. Your first pair of boots is a
It
It's
is a legit experiment.
it's a
experience
thing.
here in Texas.
And honestly, if you're going to buy your first boots, you want to take people that wear them all the time.
Yeah.
Because it is very easy with the boot thing to get caught up in the like, I like the way these look. And I'm like,
you get
you should
overwhelmed.
put them on.
You get
And, like,
overwhelmed, though. It isn't an overwhelming thing.
Yep. And I only gave you one rule. You're not buying the fucking ones that have the Marpatch shit
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
shaft. You're not
That's the
fucking
first
buying
ones he
those.
picked up.
And I was fine with that rule.
They're like,
first
you're
ones
buying
I
real
picked
fucking
I
boots.
picked those up to give him shit because he'd already given me that rule.
I think you were just drawn to it. If it had a blood stripe on them, we couldn't have convinced you.
No, that's not true.
It
Don't
matches
listen to these
you.
fucking dicks.
I know.
Don't listen to these assholes. I
Like
already
that
had my
blood stripe you're trying to put on
Nobody's
the minivan.
listening to these assholes.
I know, right? Jesus.
When are we taking you boot shopping?
I already got boots.
But you didn't take us, so it doesn't count.
You're right. I guess.
Telling you. Now, do I get to take people boot shopping now?
Yes.
That's the rule?
You've now seen how the process is supposed to look.
Okay, so now I get to, like, I've
Right.
had my inoculation.
Right. Like you've been jumped in,
Yeah.
so now you can jump others in.
Okay.
Like that's how it works.
Nice.
And if you call any of the team that was with you when you went, we'll all show up to support.
Yeah. Well, who the fuck else would I call?
I don't know.
Ghostbusters.
It's that thing. It's always like I have you three, Justin, and then I have like three other friends. And that's like my whole fucking circle. Like it's the whole thing.
Yeah.
But so I invite everybody, and then Scott goes, I can't because my wife's got this thing. So he doesn't show up. And then everybody else does. And then we tell a story, and Scott was like, really wish I could be there. And in the meantime, he was smoking like the finest cigars and the best whiskey and floating in his pool. And I admire it. I do.
I don't remember any of this.
I'm trying to get to where you are. That's my goal in life.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be more Scott.
I don't remember where this conversation started.
I don't either.
Like, we all had a point to make, and none of us remember.
Oh, I didn't have a point.
There was a point?
I didn't have a
I
point.
think there was, and it's gone.
Well, then on that note, sign this bitch off.
Hey, it's brought to you by warfightertobacco.com.
Wait a minute. I have a point. Know who the fuck your friends are and when they'll show up when it matters.
Like buying boots.
That's
Like buying boots.
No, it's not that. It's not. Buying boots
But
is
it-
important,
But it could be.
the fact of the matter is,
My boys knew that I needed help during a fucking moment of that I could easily have fucked up, and they showed up.
but it's not just that. Major events that have happened in my life, Scott has always been there. He's shown up every fucking time.
Yeah, like your
Like it
wedding.
doesn't matter.
Like your wedding.
Like my wedding. Well, marriage. My wedding, Scott's already backed out of. But that's okay.
But he came to one.
He
know?
got the half. He got that. Yeah. He got the preliminary.
Now, when you have a wedding every year, I have to draw a line somewhere.
But look at your circle.
That's also true.
Look at your circle. And if there's a major event that's going to happen in your life, you need to know who the fuck that circle is that's going to show up.
Sure.
Like when I moved into my house that I have now, we're getting a new one. But when I moved into the house now, Scott fucking showed up. When I needed to move, he showed up and it sucked. It
did suck.
fucking sucked.
It did suck.
100% it fucking sucked.
It did suck.
Scott showed up. And Scott didn't just show up. He showed up with all of his boys.
I don't have a trailer to offer you this year.
You're fine.
Yeah. Remember,
that's not
because
what
you
this is
and
about.
I go because your fucking elevator was broken.
Yes.
And
It
me and
sucked.
Scott just carrying shit.
It was awful. It was fucking awful.
From the third floor down, man.
know your fucking circle. And I think that's the point. It's when you have the guys that are going to show up to the major events, the ones that fucking matter, those are your real fucking friends.
Sure.
That's the point. The little shit, oh, I had this thing and they didn't come. They have a life fucking too. But when it matters,
Sure.
hey, I need somebody to talk to. I need to get away from my life for a while and I need to fucking talk and I need somebody to sit there and fucking nod at me. I guarantee you if I fucking called Scott on a Thursday afternoon and was like, man, I've had a fucking week and I need to have a fucking drink and a cigar and I need to have a conversation.
You had me at drinking cigar.
See?
Yeah.
Scott's going to fucking show up.
Yeah.
Like, know those boys. That's your actual fucking circle. I don't give a fuck what you think your friend is. The ones that are going to show up for the major fucking events, the ones that matter, those are your friends. Those are the ones that they don't give a fuck what the reason is.
Yeah.
They're just going to fucking show up. Scott has shown up for every single one of those. Mikey has shown up for every single one of those. John has shown up for every single one of those. Justin has been there every fucking step of the way.
Except for
Except
that
for
one
one.
really important.
Except for one. But you know what? That's still like a 990 batting average, buddy.
That's still pretty solid, bro.
That's like the big leagues.
Yeah.
You know why he gets a pass? You guys may have been at that. But that man right there was there when my divorce paperwork came through.
God, I
And
didn't
I
know
was
you then.
fucked up.
Oh, so he was able to fucking party with you?
When my grandfather died.
See, that's
and
a big
he
one.
helped put everything together for me. When I was fucked up and he was like, hey, I know you need this. I've got you. Don't worry about it. That man was there every step of the way. So I know if we give you shit about the marriage, but that man has been there.
Like how they call it the marriage now.
The marriage.
Like, that's funny.
The more
That's funny in
important
and of
part
itself.
is that
The
I'm going to
wedding,
say
it's the
that
marriage.
man was there every step of the fucking way. I had nothing and he never questioned any of it. He was just there to support. That's the definition.
Probably never had a chance to get a word in.
That's also true.
He's been trying to say no for years. He just can't.
He's just like, Jazz is too quick, man. It's like,
I have
guess
a-
I'm doing it.
I have a very, very tiny circle in their quality, but I've come up with the metric. And the metric is when it matters, do they show?
Well,
And when it matters, they always fucking show. And I think that's the point of all the stories we just told
Yeah.
is that when it mattered, they fucking showed. So don't
So
get
that-
caught up in the
My
little
boots
itty
mattered.
bitty shit.
Does that mean I'm in that cop's circle?
it
Yep.
fucking should be.
100%.
Yeah.
Like, I want a fucking Christmas present now.
Something, at least a Christmas card.
I'm
Fuck.
kidding. I'm kidding.
Like, Jesus.
At least you get out of jail free card.
That's really all I
Like,
want.
the next time you're speeding through Gonzales, he better fucking remember.
if he doesn't, I'm T-boning him.
Fucking A. And it'll probably be his fault because he's got a record of doing that. Like, share, subscribe, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Tell your mom.
Tell your friends.
Tell your fucking mom's friends. This is a stupid show that we do. It's fucking dumb, but we still do it. We love you guys for listening to it, but fuck me,
I
man.
don't know why.
None of us do. Like, share, subscribe. What am I missing? It's
That's
really,
it.
I'll just raise my glass. I'm going to
Yeah.
say thanks for being my freedom
Three
friend.
things.
Cheers. 3 little things. They're not hard to do.
Guess not.
John,
Smoke on.
Jazz,
Oh, fucking drink on.
you goddamn it right. You goddamn it, boys. Freedom the fuck on. Later.